changing a flat tire. I prefer inexpensive plastic ones because they don't mar the rim. You want to snap these into place. And then holding the lever still, spin the tire. And you can get half of the tire bead, which is this wire or Kevlar strip that runs along the inside of the tire. Get half of that off and remove your inner tube. A professionally installed tire will have the logo of the tire centered directly over the valve hole. That allows you to take the inner tube out, figure out where the puncture was, and then find it in one of two corresponding spots on the wheel. It makes flat repair much easier. In our case, we're going to put in a new inner tube. When we do that, we take an inner tube that's completely flat. We put just enough air into it to give it shape. If we were in this scenario where we have our wheel, we have our tire, and we have our tube, the first thing we would want to do is put our tire halfway on the wheel. So we're going to take one bead and snap it on all the way around. Now the tire is held in place on the rim, and we take our inner tube and starting at the valve, press it in, and we're going to slowly stuff the tube into the tire. Once the tube's seated in the tire slightly, again starting at the valve, we're going to push our valve up and start slowly snapping our tire bead back on. This is the step that proves most difficult for people, and it's the time where you can start to actually do damage to your new tube if you get it pinched between the rim and the tire. So you want to make sure that you're going slow and you stuff the inner tube inside the tire. Work your way around. Make sure that as you do that, you're not actually chasing the other side of the tire off the rim. You'll get to this last section, and this is where it's the most critical to make sure that the tube is not stuck between the tire and the rim. This is also the point where you never ever want to use any tools. Don't use a screwdriver or the tire levers, just manually roll it on by hand. You can then look to make sure there's no inner tube stuck between the tire and the rim, and specifically at the valve, make sure that the tube is inside the tire and not stuck between the tire and the rim. Slowly inflate it, making sure the bead's set, and you're done.